All right, let's talk for a few minutes about using points of view that are different from your own and how to incorporate those in your own writing. I'm looking at an article here on the left of the screen, a little bit bigger for you. We're already designing babies. It's an article in the Atlantic magazine from 2014, and the article itself is looking at various scientists' ideas about where we can go with this genetic engineering, and what might some of the outcomes be. It's a very short article, but these ideas were drawn from the Aspen Ideas Festival of 2014. And I guess maybe this was some particular panels talking about designer babies. All right. So what I've done in my document is I've sort of set the scene. At the Aspen Ideas Festival of 2014, many scientists explained their views of genetic engineering technologies that are already available or are in development. So what I'm doing here is going to be two things, I think. Haven't written the paragraph yet, obviously, but I'm introducing some of the technologies that are out there, and then I'll be commenting, well, not even some of the technologies, but some of the ideas that these scientists have about these technologies, and adding my own comments to that, whether I agree or disagree with them. So let's see how that might work. And I'm going to put down the microphone, so I think it will still pick up clearly, but I can't type with one hand. So hold on, let's see what happens here. So as I went through the article, I came across a couple of statements. One here, I have two different ones that I think I'm going to use. So here's one. It starts right here. At the Aspen conference, biotech expert Marcy Danofsky said the more we infuse science into baby making, the closer we get to becoming a Gattaca-like dystopia. I vaguely remember that being a film, maybe some of you remember that, in which an upper crust of genetically superior beings dominates a vast underclass of flawed people whose parents couldn't afford the right types of DNA tinkering. And I might find myself agreeing with the possibility of that. So at the festival, and I don't think I'm even going to bother to correct any typos here. It's just for the sake of getting this done quickly. At the festival, Marcy Darnofsky, let's see, she's a biotech expert, argues that the possibility of designing superior beings may become I don't want to use possibility again, may become what am I trying to say? The choice of rich parents, leaving poor parents who cannot afford gene manipulation. I said I wasn't going to fix it, but it's bugging me, right? Manipulation, whatever, you know what I'm saying. To have, and I'm going to use the word flawed because she uses the word flawed, and I think it's a good word to put in quotation marks because, you know, what does the word flawed mean and how might that change its meaning? To have flawed offspring. All right. That's what she has to say. My comment is this feels entirely probable, as we already see in today's race to prepare students for Ivy League colleges by enrolling students in ever increasingly in an ever increasingly frenetic pace of intensive coursework. Again, only affordable to the rich. All right? So what I'm saying, I agree with it without having to say I agree, right? I'm commenting on, kind of comparing it to the race to prepare students for institutes of higher learning, for those parents who can afford to do so, and then the rest of us poor schmucks have to go to community college, right? That's kind of what they're saying here, right? The same thing's going to happen. The rich people will be able to have designer babies, and the rest of us will just have to take whatever is born, right? So I'm comparing it to something. My ideas, and this is what we're going to work more on, is commenting on the sources you find. In this case, I agree with Marcy Darnofsky. Here's what I'm disagreeing with. On the other hand, and up here, this person, Farhani, I'm not sure how that would be pronounced. Who is this person? Nita, a lawyer, okay? Nita Farhani. Farhani, a lawyer, argues that, and I'm trying to connect it to what I've written before here, she argues that it's unlikely to lead to state-sponsored eugenics because private choices by private individuals are going to vary. Eugenics is the manipulation of offspring to produce certain traits, right? So like if I'm growing corn, I'm manipulating the genes so that the corn will do certain things, be taller or be stronger, be rot resistant, whatever I'm trying to change. That same thing can be done with people, right? To make sure that people are stronger, healthier, brighter, whatever. So that's what eugenics is. She argues that state-sponsored eugenics will not occur because everyone has a different idea of what the perfect offspring will be. If I want to disagree with her and say, no, I can easily see where this could become a state-sponsored thing, the actions of many governments in history seem to argue this, against this. As ethnic cleansings are instituted to limit the population to those with certain genetic traits, it does not seem to be such a leap that a technology that could alter populations for desired traits might be used for the same kinds of population limits. All right, kind of an awkward sentence. I was talking and typing at the same time is not really the best way to go. But so here I have an idea. I set the whole thing up, right, that I'm going to start talking about some various ideas. Here's one that I sort of paraphrased and agreed with. Here's one that I paraphrased and disagreed with. So this is one example of how you can go about introducing alternative points of view and engaging with them, rebutting them.